Hey, what's going on YouTube, ladies? It's your boy TJ, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Wrestling Nostalgia, where I give my reviews on the WWE shows and PLE events. And today, we are going to be reviewing NXT Battleground, June 9th, 2024. So let's go ahead and get right into it. But before I get into it, go ahead and give that button a thumbs up. It helps push my video through the algorithm. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my review. Yo, we open up with the NXT North American Women's Ladder Match. Bro, I'm not even gonna call all the action because it was like a whole lot of going on. They already start hot and heavy with everybody trying to jock for a position and try to get their moves in and things like that. And I'm gonna just go ahead and skip on towards the end of the match. So they take out Lash Legend, my girl, one of my picks to win, along with Jada Parker. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna get to Jada Parker in a minute. So they take out Lash Legend. They all throw her out of the ring onto a ladder, and that spot looked like it hurt. Also, in another spot, I remember Jada Parker was about to get hit with the ladder by Michin, and she was all like, and she kept doing like this, and then she said, bam, and then she wound up bumping into Booker T, and he all like, oh gosh. I'm like, you should have moved out the way. Like, what are you doing? You knew that was gonna happen. So, another crazy spot is when Saruka had did her soul snatcher like 2-3 times, and it looked like she was about to win, and Kalani stops her, of course, but they take out Saruka, and now it's down to Kalani and Michin. Michin gets hit with the split-legged moonsault, the one-of-a-kind. Kalani goes up to that ladder, and she is the first ever North American Women's Champion. I'm not gonna lie, nothing to me led me to believe that Kalani Jordan was going to be the first North American Women's Champion at all. Her promo was not that good. It more so looked like it was going to be Lash or Jada to me, or maybe even Saruka. Those was the top 3 for me that was going to win. But for whatever reason, they gave it to Kalani. Congratulations. In this next matchup, it is for the Tag Team Championships. It is Axiom and Fraser versus the Good Brothers. They actually had a pretty decent match. It was very back and forth-ish, but a good majority of this match definitely belonged to the Good Brothers, aka the OC. Of course, coming in with their pound and ground attack, they grounded the champions in a good majority of this match, but of course the champions, they not going like that. So towards the end of the match, Axiom and Fraser ended up isolating the Good Brothers long enough to hit a Spanish fly, which Axiom did, and then Fraser hits his 450 splash thing. I ain't gonna lie, I love that 450 splash that he does. And 1, 2, 3, they retain the Tag Team Championships. Like my girl Becky Lynch
Get to the back of the line.
In this next matchup, it is a NXT Underground match. I'm not really fond of these matches all that well, to be honest. But let's go ahead and get into the action. It is Shayna Baszler versus Lola Vice. They first start off boxing, shadow boxing or whatever, and then Shayna Baszler takes her down, and then from there, they just go ahead and go back and forth with power command. I remember at one point in the match where Shayna Baszler, when they were outside of the ring, when Lola Vice had ended up doing the backhand thing to her, and then Shayna Baszler fell out the ring, so I guess that didn't count as a knockout. So then when Lola was trying to get Shayna back in the ring, they wanted to fight on the outside. And then I remember like Shayna was trying to beat up the people outside of the damn ring. I'm like, what did they do? So then as Shayna was trying to get her back in the ring, Lola ended up pushing her into the steel steps and I guess like knocking her loopy a little bit. So then when she got back in the ring, she wound up doing her back fist again. And then this is when she, I guess, knocks her out, and the referee declares Lola Vice as the winner. This match was pretty okay. It was there. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like these whole NXT Underground matches all like that, and I just feel like it was kind of a little fluky win, but it is what it is. Congratulations to Lola Vice. In this next match, it is the North American Championship match. Oba putting up his championship against Wesley and Joe Coffey. You talk about half man, half amazing. I think MVP was talking about Oba because that man is just not of this world. Like every time he steps in the ring, he just puts on a performance like no other before. And this was definitely it as well. So we start off the match with Oba getting jumped by Wesley and Joe Coffey. It works for a half a second, and then Joe Coffey and Wesley turn their attentions to each other, and this is where Wesley hits some type of top rope maneuver and almost gets the 3 count. Oba gets back in the ring. I remember he double suplexed both of them. I remember at one point, Oba was on the second rope, and Wesley tries to Hurricanrana him or something from there, and he picks him up and throws him as he's jumping off of the second rope, and Joe Coffey caught Wesley. Yo, that was amazing. I remember another spot where Oba had did like a power bomb on either Wesley or Joe Coffey, but either way, he power bombed one on the other. And then I remember towards the end of the match, Joe Coffey's people, the Gallows, came out and ruined the damn match. And they try to help out Joe Coffey, but it doesn't work. But it works for a half a second, and then Oba is pissed off. He ends up getting back in control of the match. He takes out the Gallows. He throws Joe Coffey to the mat, and then he winds up powerbombing Wesley, and then he powerbombs Joe Coffey. And 1, 2, 3, he retains his North American Championship belt. Who else you thought was going to win this match? Did you think it was going to be the Gallows? No. But Oba is definitely an amazing athlete. I'm telling you, mark my words, when Oba gets into the main event scene, because he's not going to be a mid-card, I can definitely guarantee you that. And if so, he only going to have a brief stint with that. But somebody like him, you definitely Brock Lesnar him. Once you put him at the main roster, whether it be Raw or SmackDown, I definitely see him being a world champion, bar none. Like, somebody like him, I would not mind him being Brock Lesnar at all, because that man, money. In this next matchup, it is the NXT Women's Championship match, where Roxanne Perez is putting up her NXT Women's Championship against the TNA Knockouts champion, Jordynne Grace. Whew, this match was definitely a barn burner. It really exceeded my expectations. I don't know a whole lot about Jordynne Grace, but what I do know is she put on one hell of a match tonight. So they start off with, test the strength. I don't know why Roxanne would think to do that, but hey, it is what it is. So she does like a test of strength. It doesn't work, of course, because Jordynne Grace is built like China, reincarnated, but just shorter a little bit. And she is like going back and forth. So Roxanne Perez had enough of this, and then she winds up stomping on her foot and then, try to outwit her and outspeed her. And it works briefly and back and forth a little bit, but a good majority of this match, Jordynne Grace kind of dominated up until Roxanne Perez worked on the arm, and then this is when she took control of the match. Jordynne Grace is fighting back, but Roxanne Perez is not letting up on her. I remember quite a few times she kept trying to hit her Pops Rocks finisher, but of course Jordynne Grace is too strong. She's not allowing it to happen. And then Jordynne Grace tries to hit her Juggernaut driver, and of course Roxanne keeps doing like these different reversals. And towards the end of the match, I did not expect Dana White, aka Elegance by Ash, to come out, or Tatum Paxley. Initially, Tatum Paxley came out first, and she takes the TNA Knockouts Women's Championship. Ash by Elegance comes out and takes the championship from her. And then this is when Jordynne Grace comes in and takes the championship from both of them and rams it on both of their faces. She comes back in the ring after a hard-fought match. Roxanne Perez ends up hitting her Pop Rocks after countering the Juggernaut driver by Jordynne Grace. And 1, 2, 3, she wins this match. I already kind of figured that Roxanne Perez was going to retain, because I would never think that WWE would ever break the traditions of having their champion drop their championship to another promotion, and I'm for sure even with this new age they were going to start now. So Roxanne Perez is yet again still the NXT Women's Champion. And finally, we are here at our main event. Trick Williams putting up his NXT Championship against all ego, Ethan Page. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling Ethan Page's theme music. It's garbage. But moving on to the match. This match started really hot and heavy. Already, Ethan is like on Trick Williams, is swinging for the fences, and of course, Trick Williams is fighting back. These two get into it, and they are brawling more than wrestling holds. And a good majority of this match, honestly, Ethan Page was owning Trick Williams. And then I remember another point in the match where Trick Williams couldn't do his booking or rock bottom or uranagi, whatever you want to call it. And I remember he finally put it on, and then he only got a 2 count. I remember another point in the match where Trick Williams was trying to put Ethan Page through a table, and then he wound up putting him through a table with the power slam. And then he gets him back in the ring, and he does, I forgot what move he did, but he almost got a 3 count. The referee and Ethan Page is like going at it, and he all like, that was a 3, that was a 3. And I'm all like, dude, you need to be getting on Trick Williams before he ends up getting you. And that's exactly what happened. He hits his trick knee, and 1, 2, 3, Ethan Page loses this match, and Trick Williams retains his NXT Championship belt. Woo! This match was really good. It just, to me, it kind of, I don't know if it was just me, but it felt like the match was kind of short a little bit. I want to say that match wasn't even 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. I think the women's match was longer than the men's. But it was good overall. I did enjoy the show. Comment down below. How did you feel about NXT Battleground? Did you love it? Did you hate it? The greatest show on earth or the worst? But anyways, like always, help me grow my channel. Like, share, and subscribe, and all that other good stuff. And your love and support is greatly appreciated. And as always, I'm TJ. Peace. I'm out.
What's up? It's your favorite hood hottest princess, sexy motherfucking red. We out here. We out here. What the